Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. Just a little bit of clearing. Today is February 13th, 2020. And I got some really cool messages again today. It's a little crazy. Today is the 13th, so 13 is the death card, all about transformation and transition. And the day adds up to 19, which is the sun. So a lot of power there. With the sun's full energy, that very masculine energy, it's very driven. It's the 1 of the masculine. And then the 13 of the 4, which is very survival related. It's a lower level manifestation of survival. So again, the death and the sun today. We didn't have any sun today though. It was pretty kind of rainy out. It didn't rain all day, but it was raining and it just looked that way. It was kind of dark all day. So I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck, and I was just losing my voice a little bit there. At 8:42 to 43 this morning, I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck, and I was getting it is darkest before the dawn. Then at 8:59, 59 being the 11th hour, the minute before 9 o'clock, and it's also the 5 of Swords, I was getting Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me. I also flipped my sand art again, and I was getting today, there was a little bit of shark energy, but more so it just turned into an elephant swimming in the water, which you don't normally think of elephants as swimming in the water, but that's what I was seeing. So he's literally floating like a crocodile would have half of themselves outside the water. That's what the elephant looked like. Let's see here. When I was putting down the clarifiers on the card that represents the blocks, I was getting the masculine having blocks around beauty and worthiness, like worthiness of this divine love, of a beautiful divine feminine, and deserving her. And then at 9:02 to 3, which is the Hermit, and the 2 to 3, which is the High Priestess and the Empress, is when I finished up the read. And the major arcana were Strength, Solar Deity, which is the Sun, Reason, which is the Emperor, Abundance, which is the Empress. So we have the Emperor and the Empress in the read today, not only in the main cards, but in the Universal Golden, the Emperor and the Empress came out as well together. Or not right next to each other, but near each other. So they were the theme today, is the Emperor and the Empress. We also had the Wheel and Starseed, which is the Fool. And so the energies here were, we had 2 Leo, 2 Aries, so a lot of fire here, and then Taurus and Libra in the majors as well. The numbers were 1 sword, 1 cup, 3 wands. There were no pentacles here. And then the only court card was the the Knight of Wands. And before the read, the Page of Pentacles came up. The numbers on the code line, there were no numerology cards that came up on the code line today. So it was only about the number 10 on the code line. And the read, we had 777s and 1010s. And if you remember yesterday, the code line was all about the number 7. So today was bringing into the 7 the high vibration of the 10. So we have 777, 10, 10, 10. You know, that's very much that spiritual high vibration. And then I was guided to write it down 710, 710, 710, which is the 71 of the 3 of Pentacles times 3. And that's the co-creation card for me. So the message on the code line was, and this was pretty significant. All right, so God, or life force, along with the moral power of the illuminated man, see the aid with the weight of the world, aiding the blind at bat, Jesus. Okay, so then I was getting the acronym, just AB, to see what the definitions were. So we had aid to the blind at bat, atrium and atrium bacteria, antibody, airborne, and then able semen, as well as artificial breathing, blood type, right, AB, the abdomen, air base, afterburner, and then anti-ballistic. And also something from German, Swedish, and Turkish each came up. And I'm not even going to try to pronounce them. It was just the point that those different countries were the only countries represented for the AB. German, Swedish, and Turkish. In Turkish, it was a political initialism that stood for the European Union, but I'm not going to even try to pronounce them. The German was Aruf Bienenwarter, and I know I'm not pronouncing it right, but it was like A-N-R-U-F, Bean, and then Warter, W-O-R-T-E-R. So then the T-I and the T-E were coming up again from Tao and Confucianism, and let's see here. So again, the God or Jesus energy in seeing the aid, and then I was getting the sea like the ocean as well, and the sea, which is symbolic for Christ, and the aid or the Addy also comes up here of the Atlas. So Atlas was coming back into the energy here. And then at bat is Jesus, and I'm losing my voice. So, right, Jesus and Mary Magdalene is the template that the twins are in. So whenever I lose my voice around Jesus, it's representative of the Divine Masculine. So when I was writing down God and Jesus regarding the sea, the ocean, I was getting Poseidon, right, God of the sea. So Poseidon aids Atlas, as I'm losing my voice, at bat, and aiding the blind. The anti-ballistic and able seaman, Jesus. So then parting of the sea was coming up. And some of this stuff I was looking up just from wikipedia.org. Moses puts the staff at bay at the Red Sea, all right, parted by God, where the Israelites walked on the dry ground and crossed the sea, followed by the Egyptian armies. And then once safely crossed, Moses lifts his arms again, and the sea closes and the Egyptians drowned. So remember, yesterday's number was 7, and it was the 7th day after the Exodus from Egypt that God instructed Moses to raise his staff. And you have to take this in that way too, like for the masculine and his staff if he has employees or people who works with him. So I was guided to the lineage of Moses and Jesus because Moses isn't included in the lineage of Jesus and Abraham, because he is in the lineage of Abraham, but it stops at the brothers. So this was significant here. So let's see here. So Poseidon and Atlas are at odds, right? So that's land and sea, Atlas carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders, and Poseidon, the part in the sea. They're already divided by the land and the sea, right? The creatures who live on the land don't tend to go into the sea and vice versa, unless, of course, a creature that lives on the land and the sea. But they're already divided, at odds, and then join forces to clear the bridge as Jesus assists the blind who cannot see. And then I was getting sink or swim. So some of the headers that came up were flame, the moment before death, like there were pictures of the moment before death coming up. In flames, 5 angels came up, as well as unbelievable places to go. One of them was listed, was in New York. And how do I know it's the Holy Spirit? 5, that was from 5, ever thine home. And then antenna came up as a header, but it was split up into an, ten, na, okay? So then that 10 of the high vibration was coming up again, along with the 5s, right? 5, there was 5 angels and then 5 evers, and then antenna. So the lineage of Abraham down to Jesus, we have the 12 tribes, and the lineage of Jesus goes through Judah, which is the 4th tribe. But Moses is the Levi tribe, the 3rd. So here we have the 3 and the 4 of the Empress and the Emperor again, which are represented in the reed. So I was getting, there's a division because it was Poseidon and God, right? And the water has to do with emotions, and it's referencing the feminine energy, the Sophia. It was, the code line is literally translating as God and Moses, representing the emotions of the feminine, and then to aid Atlas of the land, And Christos was representing the Abraham to Jesus lineage as the masculine energy. The god of moral power, Poseidon of the sea, and also of the sea of the Christ. It's like Poseidon is the Christ of the sea. In aiding Atlas and Moses with the 10 Commandments here, and Atlas and Hercules, or Heracles is the Greek version of Hercules, working together because Hercules built the pillars in order for Atlas to take the weight of the world upon his shoulders, off of his shoulders, to get a break, right? And and Moses parts the waters, we're parting land and sea, land and water, manifesting pentacles, which has to do with the land, as opposed to the cups of the emotions and the Elohim. I was getting the MO from emotions. So like manifest was breaking down, right, to manifestation, like an infestation of man, the pentacles, the ground, and then the emotions or the water was coming up from the Elohim, but emotions being broken down into the Elohim and their MO being the God connections as opposed to the grounded connections of the land. So the god of moral power, or Poseidon of the sea and the Red Sea, and Abe to Jesus lineage, the tribes of Levi 3 and Judah 4, Levi going to Moses in the sea, and Judah going to Jesus in the desert, number 4, the Empress and the Emperor, or in other words, the feminine line was derailed at that point. So basically the Levi lineage was cut off because it was the feminine energy, and the Judah lineage went through because it was a masculine. So it's showing me like that was the point where the feminine was cut off. Very interesting, huh? So yesterday was number 7, and today we had 777s and 1010s, bringing the feminine high vibration to it. The 710, 710, 710, and the co-creation, I said, of the 3 of Pentacles card. The 71, the magic number of the 3 of Pentacles co-creation, and 71 is 8, so it's also the 8 of the dance between the masculine and feminine within. And then I was getting, starting into the read here, we have the strength of the eye of the tiger, and I always tell you it's a white tiger coming out of the flames here. The read starts with that as the underlying energy. The 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the Page of Pentacles upright, along with the 2 of Swords, were below the Strength card here, right? So the 10 of Pentacles here, the Page of Pentacles here, the 2 of Swords, and then the Strength card of that white Bengal tiger on top. So the fall of the patriarchy, represented by the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and the rise of the individual, represented by the Page of Pentacles, keeping to self with balanced antennae. So then the white tiger came up from that card, and again I went back to wikipedia.org, and the holy white tiger comes up because the white tiger, just the regular tiger with stripes that is white, is mostly considered here the Bengal tiger. Barely fit, but there's also a holy white tiger with barely visible stripes extended, or it was exhibited, the Exeter change in England, 1820. They showed this, it was like an albino tiger that was probably of Siberian ancestry, but most of the white tigers are the Bengal tigers. And that one they thought might have come from the tiger named Tony. And then there's a lot of matings of Bim and Sumita, brother and sisters at the Cincinnati Zoo. But then, of course, because they're inbreeding, they end up having some issues because of the inbreeding. In 2004, there was a blue-eyed, stripeless white tiger born in Spain called Artico, which is like Arctic, and both parents were orange Bengals. So it wasn't inbreeding for that one. But there's a mutation in the gene for tyrosinase, that enzyme having to do with albinism. And the point mutation in SLC45A2 gene is responsible for the alanine block related to also pale skin of humans, or those of you who are pale of European descent. And also these tigers were prone to crossed eyes, incorrectly routed visual pathways. So when the tigers would get stressed out or confused, their eyes would go cross-eyed. Issues with spatial orientation and bumping into things, club foot, as well as kidney issues, arched and crooked backbone, and twisted neck were coming up. And so this is important because the gene was connected to the humans. So 1047 is the Wheel of Fortune and the Seven of Cups. And then for the tigers was coming up depression and stargazing, where they look up, where they just look up because they're depressed, and going cross-eyed because they're stressed out. Much like we look when we're going through dark night of the soul. So I guess that's why the tiger was brought up today. So the 1049, again, is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 49 of the Nine of Cups. Strength of the stargazing, holy white tiger, usually the Bengal tiger, although the holy one was written in the in Wikipedia as the one in Spain. But there are other albino tigers as well. But anyway, there's some with stripes and some are more albino that you can hardly see their stripes. But the Bengal tiger, the white holy Bengal tiger with the third eye focus, the justice of synchronicities and heaven in their eyes, orchestrating red eye syndrome, an unpopular trait, slowing things down, holding on moderate savings and grounding manifestations, receiving third energy as DNA to free them. The Saggy, Leo, Aries, and Libra energies were right there. The Libra two sides and the fire between them. The fall of the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or legacy, and the end of a battle, conflict, competition, or game, and the Knight of Swords, messenger of truth, rushing in with the truth, or the score, to choose the path, the twin flame path, to inspire the fallen matriarchy, to no hierarchy at all, just raising of the divine feminine energy. The goal being the 0 point, airing to the left. The first man on the moon. Woman was not given a choice, deemed weak for their heart, and a need to detach, or heartless, becoming darkish in Akashics, and Pocahontas was coming up here, as well as destruction of Mother Nature and Gaia. So that's the dark feminine energy. The Magician reversed, taken down by a tiger. And what magician reversed, do you know, was taken down by a tiger? Well, the tiger's name was Manacor. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. And sadly, they passed March 19th of 2014. And that was reported in an article from 3/25/14. He passed at age 17, and that was the one who attacked Roy's brother. I'm sorry. He was the one who attacked Ray, or Roy. I don't know why I keep saying Ray. So Ray must be coming up for somebody. Roy Horn, he considered the tiger his brother. The one who attacked him in 2003. It put him in critical condition, and Roy truly believed, per this article, that he was trying to protect him when the incident happened that removed basically a quarter of his skull from his head. Rising above to hold back the gold coin, Roy needed a rest from manifestation. His tiger friend, the Knight of Swords, messenger of truth, to the rescue. A portal to rest and heal and awaken, to come out even stronger with a message about love, the unconditional love between a man and his tiger, and it's making me want to cry. Let go of the control issues is the message for the masculine, and underneath that was this could be the one. So, in a refusal to wake, and no longer being silenced, now forced to come out, and death be not proud, at 11:15, justice and the devil, when forcing a tiger's hand to show you your own mask. At 11:16 is Justice and the Tower. The Queen of Wands reversed is forced to awaken. No more hanging out, plotting revenge. No more rose-colored glasses and merry men. No more bragging about expensive clothes and boots. No more scythe and hooks to trigger others into submission to get your way or toot your horn. No more plastering yourself to the glass ceiling for the Divine Masculine to do as he pleases in order to block the caterpillar from the 5D transformation. Tie me up and do what you want. Just don't leave me and take all my stuff. And that always reminds me of the jerk as well. Just this lamp. Okay. So pride comes up here, number 19. And again, this is a general read. So if anything doesn't resonate with you, it's because it's not meant for you. Don't force it to fit. Or it's just coming up because it's a wound that needs to be cleared. All right. So if it triggers you, go back into your childhood to see where you were triggered by this same wound when you were little, to see where the entry wound is. So underneath pride is manifestation. So again, the infestation of man. And number 8, which is that dance between the masculine and feminine. The King of Wands, wounded warrior, Atlas, in need of some help. Defenseless to energies and attacks. Okay, so that goes back to the tiger attacking their master. The High Priestess, secret or psychic abilities, and I'm having a lot of trouble speaking today. The truth is out, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed is taken down for the count, writing about their experience, being stubborn, on strike, not working, disabled, or unable to function, blue eyes and blue ribbon, sapphire and gold, and twinkled toes pointed. 2 pillars of Hercules built for Atlas still stand in the water, marking the bridge he cleared for him. You've got a friend. Okay, so that's marking the friendships too. When a friend is willing to take the weight of the world off of their friend's shoulder for them so that they can get a break. And then the bridges in Paris were coming up. So Pont Alexandre the Third came up. That's the bridge that's actually on my YouTube page with the gold statues. So that is the 27th listed bridge, which is the Ace of Wands. And it was named after the Tsar who concluded the Franco-Russian alliance of 1892. His son Nicholas laid the foundation for the bridge in October of 1896. And it was inaugurated in 1900 at the World's Fair there. And also in Russia, another bridge was built for the same reason, called Trinity Bridge in St. Petersburg. So the statues, and I didn't know this, the statues on that bridge are the femmes. They were considered, it's basically a fame whore, right? They were considered the gossips. But the statues are of these whistleblowers, basically constraining Pegasus, which is very much about the masculine. We talk about the masculine horse. It comes up in my reads all the time. So this is the energy of that karmic energy restraining the masculine Pegasus. So the theme, or in Roman, the Greek was the theme, and then Roman was the fama, or asa. Her wrath being scandalous rumors. The daughter of Gaia, or Elpis, which means hope, and the altar of Athens. She had an altar at Athens with wings, and she was considered the trumpeter. So the statues of them at all 4 corners of the bridge. So on the right side are the femmes of science and arts, and on the left side of the bridge are the femmes of commerce and industry. There are 37 Paris Seine bridges, and 37 is that King of Cups. Unconditional love. And the 37th bridge is listed as the exit from the city. Also, Pont Royal came up for me for some reason, which happened to be number 24 on the list. In 1632, it was a toll bridge made of wood called Pont Saint Anne and Pont Rouge for the color. So there the red color comes up again because it came up with the parting of the Red Sea to replace the ferry that had been there since 1550. After storms and lots of wearing away over the years, in 1684, the flood had carried the bridge away, basically, so they reconstructed it October 25, 1685 to June 13, 1689, with stone and financed by King Louis the 14th. 14 is the angels, the temperance card. And that was then called Pont Royal. It's the third oldest bridge in Paris. It's near the Musée d'Orsay and the first arrondissement. And that was at 1205, which is the hangman, and the 5 of the Hierophant. Okay, so at 1207, so you notice they're bringing us to Paris with all those bridges. They have a ton of bridges, right? We're talking about bridging the gap between things, between the ocean and the land. The 1207 is the hangman and the chariot, right? And the bridges also allowed the chariot, the cars, to cross the river, the water. Both Atlas and Hercules, which is referenced as Heracles on the Greek side, are on vacation now. The King of Wands taking on the work for the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, who in the underlying energy are reversed, but in the main read they're upright. So this can represent 2 children as well. The Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, burdened by secret truth. The King of Wands taking on the work for them, burdened by secret truth. On strike, stubborn, a sit-in, refusing to move, the Bengal white tiger burst from the flames, taking down the Empress, with the messenger of truth rushing in, awakening all, with pride, the master of ceremonies. The recent past is the 10 of Swords, ending pain and betrayal, a painful end, dropping burdens, responsibilities, and confession to find peace. The bridge across troubled waters, times 37, to bridge the gap and see eye to eye and face to face, because peace treaties are easier that way, when you can look into somebody else's eyes. The King of Pentacles, done overworking or not working to complete the Rainbow Bridge, which then closed behind him, drained, sick, tired, and overexposed, in need of sunshine, a long journey by boat across the water. The Emperor not telling, but hanging a shingle over bridge building. The foundation is reason the Emperor's court fell, and now is over it, the guilt and shame of it all. Offering a big love to the Empress reversed, and letting go of the battle of the 10 of Pentacles reversed, and not talking, no message, spying, immature, and miscommunications, and then rumors from the femme. The central energies here is the solar deity reversed, the sun going down, as the wounded warrior strategizing, healing with lover by taming the beast, or healing an illness, or with Gemini and Leo, forgiveness. No offering of gold coin from Scrooge, Leo lover, or Gemini and Leo, and or ego here. The challenge being Atlas in the weight of the world, by dropping it, an Ace of Cups, outpouring of love, offered to the Queen of Wands reversed to make her happy. Or the love is for the Divine Masculine, but the Queen of Wands reversed runs interference to take it for herself, or an arrogant person. In split or divide, lies, BS, the Knight of Pentacles offers services on behalf of the Queen of Wands reversed. The Queen of Wands reversed, rejected in awakening, or spoiled and egotistical. So it can be 2 different energies completely. Having temper tantrums if she doesn't get love poured upon her, right? So expecting it. 1228, which is the Hangman and the 2 of Wands. And then the fame came up again, the femme. All right, so 1228, the femme wants adoring fans, right? She's the one that they were talking about regarding the bridges and the statues. With the secret out, with the devil's wave, right? And the high priestess reversed, who doesn't use their intuition, but hides behind the devil's apron strings, and that can reference somebody's mother. Stuck in deception, hiding, broken, broke, broken, broke up, down, or through. A Cancer leaving the North Node on May 5th, or Cancer has spread due to stress, addictions, and codependency. Females controlled or expected to serve their elders or do what they're told. A humble servant hiding his sword, the Viking priestess pretending to be intuitive, or the one on the warpath, as without, when you're on the warpath, then Cancer within. None expressing their true authentic selves. This is the disease state. The 10 of Swords, depression and addictions, and no stage presence. deceiving evil Empress reversed, or up before dawn and cranky as all hell, manipulating her pawn. The Page of Pentacles upright, hurting each other. So it could be, two different pages of Pentacles, both learning by hurting each other, drinking, cutting, burning selves, and the Five of Swords upright, that war, using sexual prowess to take others down. The Six of Cups memories of the King of Wands reversed, strategizing a loud alarm to get them out of bed in the morning or wake them up to their calling, as the Queen of Pentacles upright and the Knight of Pentacles upright are serving the Viking priestess reversed. Princess, yes. Priestess, no. Serving the rumor mill. The secret is out. Mommy's minions to do the work so she doesn't have to use her intuition. And this is coming from that person. That's what they're there for, per her, right? They're supposed to serve them. So the mother who raises you and then expects you to pay her back or kiss her feet because of what she, because she birthed you and brought you up as a baby. So now the Seven of Cups upright, steps to heaven, or a 7-step program, perhaps. The Knight of Wands reverse player is unstable or falling short, or energy moving or completing a house or marriage, or visiting around the world, or the sealed divine feminine. The Nine of Cups getting their wish to start over in love that's not working, on strike or stubborn, refusing to budge, ending pain, looking back, or a pain in the ass at 12:47. And that's the Hangman and the Seven of Cups, the synchronicities of the heaven in their eyes. The Page of Swords reversed, without a leg to stand on, lying about time, money, and energy, and the Hermit reversed, suddenly, the King of Cups, the unconditional loving man, choosing the left path, or the Hermit is telling the King of Cups about it, because they could be two separate people, coming out about missing his flame, and now doing something about it. Sick to stomach, without their sunshine, and kids leaving, and kids learning from the example of their parents who don't really like each other to hurt each other. No more spying or sexual war. The Page of Wands upright and the Knight of Cups reversed, inspired by jealousy and sincerity, or suffering in silence, or just stressed out, done fighting with the Queen of Wands reversed and her games. Grounding and integrating an offer of love at the gate, talking about twins and making them wait. Longing for the love he's giving to the Queen of Wands reversed, the Two of Swords keeping to self without a word. The King of Wands reversed, pretending all is well and balanced, while out in the cold injured, in exile or ill or destitute, or the workplace with victims, and the Queen of Wands reversed, Sagittarius reversed perhaps, or fallen angel, and the Empress reversed. And now they could all three be the same person as well, or three separate people. The Emperor lay low, hiding his face, so doesn't have to deal with them. Soon is lack consciousness, the Empress reversed, without open arms. Judgmental or announcing wake-up call to action, to come clean, get clean. The vulnerable become awakened. Through threats of the Five of Swords lovers standing in their truth, like it or not, with the world or sealed divine feminine backing them up. Breaking patterns, dropping the facade, the King of Wands reversed, with partner or bond with impatient angel or Sagittarius reversed, without someone who doesn't use their intuition. The King of Wands reversed at war with the Empress reversed, promising they'll come clean or get clean, but he no longer believes them. Now in this read, the main energies were coming up, the Empress and the Emperor, but there's also the King and Queen of Wands. And the King and Queen of Wands can be a couple, but they can also be siblings. It's like if you're talking about the Divine Masculine read, this could be the Emperor and the Empress could be his parents or his in-laws. And then the King and Queen of Wands could literally be his partner and their brother or sister, whoever it is. So they don't have to be a couple. It could be referencing somebody's siblings as well. So an impatient fallen angel, the King of Wands reversed, with a deep bond and sealed divine feminine, and world of completion plus or minus divine lover. He is seeing himself as the great wheel, or the wheel of fortune reversed, slowing things down to catch the ring, happy with self and standing up to others, under the radar, coming together, grounding and integrating that offer of love, sharing with kids and or twin, as the Emperor grounds and integrates their offer of love, while a group supports the kids or twins at 107, which is the Magician and the Chariot. As we go to number 8, which is the Strength card of that Bengal tiger again, settling out under the radar, kids or twins being supported by positive, uplifting groups in joy, and the Emperor overseeing boredom, or grounding and integrating of each of the groups that offers their love to them, like the screening groups to make sure they have high vibration. Taking it slow in a twist of fate, the cards that came up from Romance Angels were it is safe to love, free yourself, honeymoon, engagement, and forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Around the masculine, or how he is seen, is the Knight of Wands reversed, falling short on energy or holding back desires, walking away from the King of Swords upright, without a word, not telling, has an opportunity elsewhere perhaps, or the King of Swords is supporting a student. If the Knight of Wands reversed goes away, or a student or child is not telling him they're planning on living away from home, and then the Three of Wands reversed is the energy the masculine needs to clear, blocks around, looking or going back or living in the past, and then the Queen of Cups on it, and the Star, or dream, or healer, keeping to self in their knowing or unaware and pretending not to see, worried how the Divine Feminine will see him, and connected as the King of Wands reversed, but she the Queen of Cups upright. Healing and no longer patient, he's worried, how she may perceive him, or him impatient to connect but not saying. Patience, change, and creativity all came up for the masculine as very important. Patience, change, and creativity. Out of the light, temporarily, to build a strong friendship, something healthy before in the public spotlight. The Starseed comes up here at the end. The big bomb drops for a fresh new start in the never-ending story of prisoner, Queen of Swords reversed. The Emperor with his back to the King of Wands reversed, strategizing and coming out, or awakening the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles to go help the the High Priestess reversed, and that could be the Viking Priestess reversed as well, or using kids or workers to help the rumor mill, or get the secret out, which can also represent advertising. Perhaps lies to try to take down the Queen of Swords reversed. The Emperor is upright, but the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands and the Empress are all reversed. Aries upright, Taurus reversed, Sag reversed, Pisces reversed, Libra reversed, and Scorpio reversed. Gemini and Scorpio are holding prisoner. They're like boxing them in. Getting the Empress reversed to give love to the Queen of Wands reversed, and that could just be her mother, in a judgment or through announcements or wake-up calls. The prisoner, anxiety, or fear of the Three of Pentacles workplace, of the Queen of Wands reversed. And there's 3 negative energies again. I keep adding this group of 3 with 3 negative energies. So the Queen of Wands reversed, Sagittarius reversed, which can be her or somebody else, and then the Empress reversed, which again can be her or a third person. At 126 is the Magician and the Page of Wands. With the Emperor behind the scenes or a silent partner, and the Divine Feminine blocked from them or from there, and the Divine Masculine imprisoned by negative energies, rising above the drama, standing up for himself, and the Divine Feminine's heart coming out at the E-Tower broadcast. The Queen of Pentacles divorced, spiritual, and sovereign in positive energy, or the Queen of Pentacles is breaking a contract or marriage, religion, establishment in order to be single again and on top of her game, or the Queen of Pentacles and Taurus reversed, or Taurus moon, someone with their Taurus moon. Sometimes when the major arcana is reversed, it's representing the moon sign of the person. But could be a moon sign Taurus or just Taurus reversed, supporting sovereign who's no longer dependent on them. So that could be an older child leaving the home as well, or a partner. The Ten of Pentacles reversed, again, we go back to that, and the Page of Pentacles upright, right? The big organization, the patriarchy falling, or the big family, the wealthy, and then the Page of Pentacles being the individual rising. The family paying for child's education to keep it to themselves, to stay balanced and be strong with laser sharp focus. It's like parents giving their child advice as they leave. The Empress reversed and the Emperor upright, in downturn or twist of fate, falling short on energy, or got played and lost money. In a painful end or ending pain and betrayal, or back treatments perhaps, drained, sick, or tired, or overexposed, sundowning, or just in need of sun, the challenge being releasing responsibilities and or confession to or of the Empress reversed without abundance and living in the past, or constantly going back, seeing synchronicities, heaven in their eyes, or their eyes are bigger than their stomach, right? They always want everything. Taking steps to heaven, or a 12-step program. To a fresh start and a big bomb dropped, anxiety, fear of imprison, and rising above the drama, or playing one on TV, tango at 12 at E-Tower on station break. A strong focus, keeping an eye on the Empress reversed, and a painful ending or ending pain, back treatments or betrayal, or Trader Joe's was coming up here too as well, or fire sign on strike, or kids on strike with Leo and or ego, Sagittarius or Aries, and Empress reversed. The Emperor is sick or sundowning, tired, drained, or overexposed, or needs his sunshine, and taking steps to get there. Challenged by dropping burdens and confessing, and that was at 142, the Magician and the Two of Cups. In a twist of fate, the Empress reversed and the Knight of Wands reversed is going back and offering a fresh start with anxiety, perhaps, and for some it may be prison, literally, rising from the ashes. Again, my CD, Twin Towers to Twin Flames. The E-Tower of the feminine's heart opening up. Okay, so that was the read. And I'm just going to pull you, let's see, we'll pull, well, I don't want to do all of the oracles today because I'm a bit tired. So I'm going to pull you one from the Kipper deck and maybe one more, but that's it. And I'll show you the cards. So from the Kipper deck, everybody take a deep breath. So for everybody watching, the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? All right. And let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned. And fill that empty space with only beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light, and so it is. All right, so for the read today, what is the final message for us? What do we need to know? What is this reading trying to tell us? Okay. Well, there you go. Sudden wealth. And what did we have in the read today? 777s. Perfect. So some unexpected income coming your way. And there may be a marriage involved as well. And an empty house to fill. There's some beautiful energy for some here. The underlying energy is occupation and the pathway, right? And there's courtship behind there too that may have started going on already, right? On the path with all the butterflies, and then the occupation. And that could have to do with sewing, but it doesn't have to. And you notice in this sewing machine, there's rainbows here. It's like a rainbow bridge. Very interesting there. So it's like coming up as like the path is your occupation, right? For the twin flame path. And just, I just want to do the energy deck and that's it, okay? It's just 4343, which is the Three of Cups times 2 coming together. And that was talking about the groups of threes. But there was definitely some negative groups coming in here, and that can also just represent the Divine Masculine being discerning about which groups they now associate themselves with, because they may be detaching from negative energies, or just energies they don't resonate with anymore. So it doesn't necessarily have to be negative within itself, just that it's not positive for them anymore. All right. So from the energy deck, what is the last word for today? Well, that went flying out. It was like really slick. It's 38, the Queen of Cups. 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael is the heart. And 38 is the Queen of Cups. This is the slick guy coming in. Because that card really was weird coming out. And it was like it just slipped right out and then it went rolling down the side here. This card wants to be seen too as well. The Angel of Love came out right after it. And there's the feminine's heart. And the 49 is the 9 of Cups, the Get Your Wish card. And then the bottom of the deck is the 43 again, the 3 of Cups, and the man holding a coin. So he's looking better than holding the heart. He's not as sad now. He's letting go of some of that guilt and shame, right? These are the cards that came out, the underlying energy of the masculine, and then getting ready to open up his heart to the divine feminine, to the Queen of Cups. Your wish is my command. Okay, I'm going to show you the cards. That was really beautiful. All right, so the underlying energy, there's that Bengal tiger there in the underlying. The recent past is the 10 of Orbs, which was upright, but it's in the past. The foundation being the reason, or the Emperor. And you see also the Emperor is right there, and there's the Empress in this deck as well, okay? So the solar deity, or the sun, is the middle, reversed. The 10 of Flames was the challenge, which was reversed. That's the confession. And then we have the other underlying energies there. The card that I pulled was the 7 of Wands reversed, which is just feeling defenseless to the energies. The crowning card is the 7 of Cups, Stairway to Heaven. And then we scroll across this bridge to the Abundance card, which is reversed. That's the Empress. And the masculine seeing himself as the Great Wheel reversed, which is just a slowdown. It's nothing negative. You see all the positive energy on his card. It's actually very positive there. A lot of nice cup emotional energy. Around the masculine, how he is seen is the Knight of Wands, which is also reversed energy. Could be just someone falling short on energy, having good intentions to rush in, but then, they run out of energy. So the blocks they need to clear have to do with the 3 of Flames, which is being present to the moment and not looking back, because it is reversed here. And you see all the positive energy on there. There's no reason to have a block towards that positive energy. It's really good. Then we end up with the Starseed, which is like the Fool, completely upright with an open heart and ready to leap. And then the 8 of Swords was upright here, so that imprisonment energy is still there, but then rising above it with that 7 of Flames to the E Tower, which is opening because it's reversed. And then we end up on the Sovereign on the top, which is great, with the Queen of Pentacles, the Hierophant reverse, which can just represent spirituality or thinking outside the box or beliefs, and then the Sovereign at the top. So the underlying energy colors, notice the purples and pinks, and then the cards that came out were orange, green, and yellow. So that would be from sacral to heart, with the solar plexus being yellow. Okay, and it's now 47, which is the Stairway to Heaven, the synchronicities and the heaven in your eyes. So make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, and rise and be loved, you guys. Have a great one. Bye.